Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be covering step 7 of my playlist series on how to enclose a skylight hole that's in your ceiling, or in this case, where a swamp cooler access was. We're going to get started right now. Well, my friends, as you can tell, I've moved the camera. I'm now up here on the ladder next to the ceiling where the electrical box is. Before I start wiring this, I want to show you what I'm going to be using. So I got a pair of needle nose pliers. You'll see what they're for. I've got a pair of wire strippers, wire cutters. I got both Phillips and straight slot screwdrivers. I have a package of green grounding screws. I'm going to be using one of those to ground the screws out. You'll see that in a minute. Also using a tamper resistant outlet. I'm using a square one up here. I'll tell you why in a little bit. And of course, I got the cover plate. My friends, before I get started on this, I need to go kill the power, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to let the camera run so you can tell how much light I'm not going to have, but I think it'll be okay. And then as soon as I get it wired up, I'll turn the lights back on and talk to you. But I plan to talk to you through this whole process, so give me a minute to turn the power off, and I'll be right back. Well, my friends, as you can tell, it got dark. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull these wires back down through here. Show you what I'm dealing with. So what I want to do is I want to separate these wires. Remember my aviator pliers I used to separate these in last video? Not the last video, but one of the steps when I took this apart. I'm going to go ahead and use these because I'm going to have to strip these wires back. I'll show you why here in a minute. But maybe I won't have to. We'll just have to see how it works. All right, now they're separated. What I'm working on now is this little ground screw. And as you can tell, I used wire nuts on them. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to cut some of that sheet back with my utility knife, because this is a whole different apparatus of doing things than how the other electrical box is done. You want to go ahead and cut that plastic off, or the sheeting that came with it. Now we have wires that can actually be the same length now. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to take the copper wire from each line of wire. So I got two lines. One's coming from the power, and one's probably feeding an outlet, or who knows. I don't know, because I didn't wire this house originally. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to open up my package of green grounding screws here. The package is made so you can close it back up and save these, which I think is cool. And I have a little pegboard in my storage barn that I can put them in. So now I'm going to just, this has got a hole in it. You can see that hole there. I'm going to take that and run that up in there through all those twists and turns. Actually, that's not going to work too good, so I'm actually going to just cut that wire at the bottom of one of these turns, because I don't need all that tail piece. And maybe I can manage to get that past those wires. When you're redoing electrical work, sometimes it becomes difficult, but keep working with it. It's just anything with life. I'm just twisting it to get it past the kinks that are in the wire. That seems to be working the best. Now I'm up on that other wire, so I'm going to just twist it until it's tight in there. All right. Seems to be pretty tight. Now, code says that you got to have about 1 foot of pigtails coming out of your box. So I'm going to cut 2 of the wires to make them be about the same length as the shorter wire that I had here. Then I'm going to strip a little end off of that, as you can tell with my strippers, and off of the white one too. So I stripped the black and the white off of one of those. So now I have it ready to hook up. So I'm going to look at the back of this outlet, and it has a place that I can shove these wires in to a hole and tighten them down. Now, if you can see those holes there, the little round holes on the top and the bottom, I can do that. So one side is hot and one side is the neutral, so the hot is the black. So what I would normally do, my friends, when I'm doing this, is I take and do a pigtail on my ground wire, because that has to be looped around the green ground screw. So you see that green ground screw there? That gets wrapped around, or the wire gets wrapped around that screw. And then tighten it down on there. So how do I know which wire screw to put that on? Well, first of all, it says on the outlet, but usually the lighter colored one is your light one, white one. So I'm going to push that down in there, and the black on the other side. I may have to do a loop because this wire may be too big. Nope, it worked. Okay, now I'm going to straighten this one out. And actually, because those were wrapped up around the wire nut, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and strip enough to go down into that hole, because I want it to be straight. I don't want it to catch. So it has to be tight enough to connect. All right, now for the black on the more shinier side. Again, find the round hole. If it doesn't work, you can always pigtail it around the wire end. And means that one was rounded around the wire nut, I'm going to strip it and start with a flat piece. A hard time seeing without the lights on. This makes me shake. Cut that tip a little bit more. Back here so I can see what I'm doing. Struggling with it. I'm going to pause the camera here for a minute and I'll be right back after I get this together. Well, my friends, I got all the wires in there. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know? Well, you can give them a little pull. If they come out of there, then you know you don't have them in there. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back down off the ladder a little bit, and I'm going to push these wires around and put them up in the box, and then we'll go turn the power back on, and then we'll check the power circuitry with this tool right here. It's a ground fault interrupter, but we want to make sure that it's wired right and it's got power through it. So I'm going to go ahead and push these wires up in here and go ahead and show you how I'm going to do that. Now, each one of the plugs has a little round hole on it. That's actually the bottom of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that towards the wall. The reason I'm pushing it towards the wall is I'm using this for my Christmas lights, and so that's my bottom. So I'm going to use my little drill here to help me out. I'll just start them with this. I want to make it straight. So how the light little helps, that's why I'm doing it. All right, my friends. I'm going to go turn the power back on, and I'll go ahead and plug this in there. Hopefully when power comes back on, you'll see these lights come on. So I'm going to let you watch that, and I'll come and check it in a little bit. Hold on. You guys seen the light come on? It's on. So we can basically check the other one too. You can see that the lights are on. If both lights were on, my friends, it would show that there was a neutral ground somewhere. So now to finish this out, let's put the outlet cover on it. Again, make sure everything's straight. It's a lot better when the lights work, huh? Okay, my friends, you can use that to straighten it out a little bit in there. All right, everything works. That's basically a wrap on my ceiling, my friends. And as you can tell, you really can't see any seams up there. Let me move you around here. Let me straighten my camera out. Sorry about the hand. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to give color back here. Doesn't make any difference at all. Oh, there's the monkey. Oh, meet the monkey. Curious George, he's always curious. And see, you can't hardly tell that there was even a patch up there. So my friends, that's a wrap on this playlist series on how to cover a skylight hole. We're going to conclude this video playlist series. In the next step is getting the wife's overall opinion of this and what she thinks about how it looks when I'm all done. So the next time you'll see me in this playlist video, I'll have all the stuff back on my shelves, and we'll be shooting a video of this final product from over here so you can see her concept, her face, her expressions. We've lived in this house for a couple of years since I bought it, with that hole that was there when I first started. So thank you for watching this, my friends. May God bless you, and I'll see you soon.